Week 1 of the NFL season is in the books, means it's time to pick our Week 2 winners. I'm joined by CBS DFW sports anchor and expert Bill Jones, and we're going to get right into this, Bill.
I chuckle when you say expert.
Expert. You're an expert at all things Cowboys, and I'm confident expert on all things NFL. And we're going to be picking not all the games this week, but we'll hit at least 3 of them. And Bill, who do you think we need to start with this week?
Oh, how about the Cowboys and the Redskins?
How about the Cowboys and the Redskins, the hometown heroes, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, taking on NFC East rival, the Washington Redskins. Bill, who are you going with this week?
Well, I think it's going to be a close game, and it typically is when the Cowboys and Redskins get together, especially when they play on the Redskins' home field. Of course, the Cowboys coming off what was a terrific offensive explosion, a career day for Dak Prescott with 405 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. And the Redskins had the Eagles down 17-0 on the road, only to lose that game, and it was a close game. Redskins are missing Darius Geis, their starting running back, also Jonathan Allen, defensive lineman. Those are big losses for Washington. Adrian Peterson's got to be licking his chops, though. He was a healthy scratch last week, and you know he wants to get at it strong, but I'm going to pick the Cowboys in a close game.
Cowboys in a close game for this one. Well, we have more games to even get to. I have to go down to the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans down in Houston this week.
And yeah, what a Monday night game.
Yeah, a Monday night game here. And talk about that a little bit, because last night that was crazy on Monday night.
I mean, the Texans had that game won over the Saints, but they left 37 seconds on the clock for Drew Brees. It was just a heartbreaking loss for the Texans. And so this will be their home opener against a Jacksonville team that, of course, lost their starting quarterback, Nick Foles, to an injury last week. He was playing very well against Kansas City, matched up against Patrick Mahomes last week. But Gardner Minshew, an unknown quarterback, comes on for Jacksonville, and he actually played very well in that game. But the Texans, especially after that loss in New Orleans and playing at home, I think the Texans will win pretty handily over the Jags this week.
Yeah, Jags were picked to be a pretty steep underdog this week by more than a touchdown, and also with Nick Foles being out. Finally, Bill, we got to talk about the Eagles and the Falcons playing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium this week. Who are you going to pick for that matchup? You
know, that's an interesting one, too. As I mentioned, the Eagles, of course, they fell behind the Redskins. However, they came back to win after falling behind 17-0 a week ago. Carson Wentz was very strong, and the Eagles are hoping that Wentz has a very strong season as well. But you look at Atlanta, they went on the road to Minnesota. They had a block punt against them to start that game, also 3 picks. They found themselves in a 14-0 hole, but really against a very tough Minnesota defense, and they lost 28-12. I think Atlanta, one thing, Katie, that I look at on these second weeks of the season, okay, the Eagles won last week. They're going on the road. Atlanta's back home after losing last week. I give the team that lost the previous week, especially playing at home, I give them a big advantage. So I think the Falcons are going to beat the Eagles.
Hungry for a comeback there.
That's exactly right. You fall behind 0-2 on the season, and wow, that's a tough hole to dig out of.
Plus, Mercedes-Benz Stadium's a pretty epic stadium just to play in. Good crowd there. I don't think the team from Philly was as impressive personally in Week 1 either, so I would have to agree with your pick there with the Falcons. Well, that's your Week 2 picks. And Bill Jones, thank you so much for helping me out this week. And there's more picks to come as the season progresses. I'm Katie Johnston for CBS Local Sports.